I got me a brand new trailer. This thing is nice. I drove out to Texas Trailer Supply in Spring, Texas, and picked this thing up, tax title and everything, for $1,300. And what we're gonna do on today's BeckBuilt, you see I bought a 9,000 pound winch in this box. We are going to mount this box in right here on the front of the tongue so that we can hide the winch and the battery inside that thing. And we're going to be going through the steps on what to do there, and cutting a little hole in the side here for the cable to be able to come out through. And we will also be making ramps. So in a weird way, this is going to be a little bit of a pimp my basic bitch trailer. Hey, Miss Renee. Piece by piece with some new ramps and a winch. So I picked this winch up from Harbor Freight for $225, and had the opportunity to get the 1-year warranty for, what do you call it? 1-year warranty for $50 or 2-year for $80. Couldn't quite pitch off the 80, so I did the 50. So far, what I like about this that's better than my other one is the handle, and the switch is really nice. So we're going to pull this out so that I can get the mount location for the bolt holes, so I know where to weld the metal in the front tongue of the trailer. Because if what I want to do is just have to bolt one set of holes through it to hold the cup, the container, and everything all at once. So we're going to see how this works out for me. I've got the box centered on the trailer where I want it, and I've got the winch on the inside of the box centered where I want it. So what I'm going to do is let's see, mark around the bottoms here on all 4 corners so that I know where my screw holes are going to go. I'm going to go ahead and drill those through the bottom of the plastic first, so that way I can have the box in place, take the winch out, and use that as a guide to where I need to put my reinforcing steel in order to hold this. Alright, so I marked my holes and got them drilled. Lined it up where I wanted it to be up here, and it's going to be real hard to see because it's black on black, but I marked my lines going across where I'm going to add my 1/4 inch 2-inch angle iron. I have to watch out for these wires, but I'm going to clean all this out and kind of integrate it into the frame like I did with the old Chewbacca's trailer. And then hopefully after when I'm done with that, all I should have to do is line up the box again, drill the holes out so that everything fits in place. Once I do that, I'll be able to figure out if I need to notch this down a bit and where to cut my hole to let the cable out of this. And then I think we might move on to a battery box. Alright, so anytime I do trailer work, I like to make things integrate in, because everything's angle iron or channel iron. So I like to integrate things, as you can see by my cuts here on the ends, where this is where it goes from top surface to top surface, that angle there to that square there. But these are the pieces that underlap and will go all the way to the inside of the angle and the inside of the channel, so that fits right up to my marks, like so here and like so there. It sits flush with the top of the frame and then welds all the way in and through. Creates a really strong bond that virtually impossible to rip off. I got this one piece cut. I'm going to go ahead and cut my other 3 pieces to finish out this platform here, and then we'll strip the paint back and get them welded in place and see how my fit is. Alright, there we go. See my pieces go up under frame on both sides, and I've just got them cleaned up with the flappy wheel on the top. So now I'm just going to drop my box into place that I've already marked for the winch holes, and then draw circles through the holes into the steel once it's centered, so I can drill out the mounting points for the winch. Alright, so I got my stationary holes where I'm going to start from here, variable holes over here because I'm not perfect apparently, and I'm going to go ahead and get my box in place, get the winch in the box, and test fit some hardware. Let me show you what I got mocked up here. I ended up just having to cut the bottom out entirely for this box to fit. It's a little loose now, but I'm going to be self-tapping the box down to the piece of steel there, and there's also a battery box going in here as well. So I have some rubber mat that I'll be using to rivet in place, and it's going to go in between the metal frame and the winch as a gasket to keep water from splashing up from the bottom. And you'll see I've also going to be doing the same thing as a curtain right here. Now, for the cable to come out, I'm probably going to end up notching this box a little higher. Now this piece right here, what I'm going to end up doing is just grind the paint off here, grind the paint off there. And I'm going to end up welding this piece into place onto the trailer like so. Where I left off yesterday, I had this box in here mocked up. What is that? Oh, plastic. Anyways, I got the box mocked up and the winch mocked into place, and everything looks kosher to me. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to take it back apart, do some finish up welding around on the pieces there, and I've got to weld up this seam right here to make that solid in order for me to mount the guide for the cable. And then once all that's done, then I'll go ahead and put a nice pretty couple of coats of Rust-Oleum high gloss heavy duty black. So let's get rolling on that. I still got it. I still got it. Alright, so I just seamed up our little buddy right here. I haven't done nothing but wire brushed it clean. Not too shabby with the old Lincoln MIG welder. And so what I've got to do now is prep the surface here and here and the surface on my roller guide for the cable so I can go ahead and weld it into place. Alright, so I got this bad moth welded in. You saw those welds. I went ahead and did crush right there and did 3 solid inch welds there and another one across the back side there. I'm going to go ahead and call that one pretty good for now. And it's trying to drizzle on me, but I'm going to use my psychic powers to keep the rain off of me while I paint this up now, because it's time to get it painted and let it dry and do a final installation and start wiring things up. So as y'all seen in the earlier video, there's this huge gaping hole for the winch to mount to and squeeze out of. And what I'm going to do now is my wife likes to sew bicycle inner tubes together, as you can see, and make things out of them. And actually it's kind of cool. So I'm going to use some of this leftover sewn together material here in order to make the rubber I need to work as a splash guard and to work as kind of like an overlapping condom effect for the cable to come out the box without necessarily just it getting splashed all to hell whenever it's raining and I'm driving. So I got me a piece of that inner tube rubber cut out, and here's my hole right here. And what I'm going to do is line it up and drill, poke holes through the rubber, and then drill through the plastic where I can pop some rivets in. And we're just going to rivet the hell out of it around here like so, and then let it overlap and come this way and rivet the hell out of it down to both sides, but leaving the top, what looks to be the bottom here, exposed. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to cut this even wider in order to, when I do my top flat coming around the bottom, the top there. So you see, this is what I'm doing here, and what I've got going on is I've put the rubber on the underside here because I want water to be able to drain, and it does get in there rather easily. I cut some slits into here though, so that I can pull the rubber tight from the inside once I flip it over and rivet those down, rivet those in tight. I'm going to have to arch the top of the hole a bit in order to allow the cable some more freedom, and then I'm going to do the same thing in reverse from the top down, and that way it'll have an overlapping watershed gap that the cable can pull through, but it won't necessarily just sit there and fill up with water. So that's what I've been doing since my last little update. I'm going to keep moving with this piece here and here to go in, and then I've got to go in and go ahead and mock it again into place and see where I'm going to need to cut the top at and continue this. Now Now you see I got the front painstakingly riveted on, and it creates myself some watershed. And you see right through here is where I'm going to have my cable and my hook come into. So next I'm going to go ahead and mock it into place so I can get my holes in the bottom of the rubber. And this is going to be the final mount for the winch and the box into place before I move on to the battery box. So I got the box in. In order to get the cable released out though, I got to get the battery hooked up. So the next thing I got to do is, you can see I've cut my angle iron here. It's just sitting. I'm going to measure this to be square. Weld this together real quick and add 2 tabs to drill holes through so I can mount it firmly to the trailer inside the box. So I'm going to weld this up real quick, and then we're going to cut our tabs, drill holes, and then see where we're going to go find a spot for this to mount. Alright, so the frame fits perfectly right in between the edge of the container and the winch itself, and it's kind of wedged in there, so I think I'm going to leave it like that for the time being because I can't really think of anything decent to hook it up to. I've got some more of this rubber mat. I'm going to lay into it like that for a vibration barrier, and I'm going to drop my battery in here and show you guys what it looks like. So here I got everything hooked up so far, but I can't seem to get these stupid old things to hook up to the battery terminal in order to make things operate. So what I'm going to do is pack up real quick and run to Pep Boys and see if I can't find a solution to my problem so I can use the battery that I have here. So look at that, pack that away, got my hook pulled through. Just got to get some battery on her so I can draw it in tight. So let me go take care of that and I'll be back. My leads to my batteries here are stupid long. And I'm probably going to get some shorter leads to hook that up with eventually. But my solution to my problem here that I was having with these not wanting to fit or screw in with those with the actual terminal nuts, I went and got these extenders that have the nut with a male post on there, and I absolutely love them. I got it all hooked up. I'm going to go to the control next, plug it in here, and we should have some live action winch. Yes sir. Alright, check this out. We have some winch action. Piggy, 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 piggy. What's up, babies? What's going on, mamas? I know, chilling in our crappy house. So it's the next morning. Oh, look at that, we have a lifted light bar driving by. So it's the next morning, and I've got a bunch of angle iron here, and we're gonna make some ramps. I know, right? Look at all this crap I got everywhere. So anyways, we're gonna make some ramps for this trailer next, but the first thing I got to do is cut out 16 1-foot long pieces for the ramp steps before I cut out my sides. I'm pretty sure I have enough steel. Got a whole bunch of this angle, so steel's not gonna be a problem. So next time I come back, I'm not gonna snap my fingers or anything or try any of that magical editing crap. Next time I come back though, I'm going to have 16 steps, and we're going to be measuring out our runners. Alright, I got all my pieces laid out. Get my helmet on, machine's fired up. My gloves. So everything's laid out and in place, and it's all tacked. So this is basically the finished ramp that's not welded up. My bevel's cut to the bottom. So as you can see, I got a lot of stuff in my way, so I can't even test fit these, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna work. So therefore we're just gonna skip the test fit. I'm gonna finish welding all this one up, put the other one together, finish all welding it up, and we're gonna go ahead and jump straight to paint. Alright, so I got my little Ramp's all welded up and cleaned up here. See, oh, focus. So what I'm going to get going on now is I'm actually going to paint from the bottom side with high performance, high gloss Rust-Oleum. With the top side, I'm going to do a bed liner for grip. I took my flappy paddle and I cleaned all these edges up so they weren't sharp anymore. And I painted everything high gloss Rust-Oleum HD from the bottom side. So now what's going to happen is we'll flip these things over and I'm going to paint the top side with the Rust-Oleum truck bed. And I'm hoping, I guess in theory what it's going to do is give me a little bit more traction when traction is needed. And then they'll be done, guys. And I've made my own set of ramps for my trailer to go with my winch box and battery and all that jazz. Tomorrow I'm going to be loading up. You can see his nose just poking out right there. I'll be loading Rusty up on this trailer so I can take him to the stores this weekend. So that's going to be fun, the whole ordeal. Probably going to add that in on this video. So let me flip these over and get them sprayed. And there we go, guys and gals. We're going to have to let it dry so you can see the texture that it's going to put onto it. But I've got 2 coats of Rust-Oleum bed liner on the top side of both these ramps. So the next clip, I guess, will be in the morning and I'll start rearranging everything. I got to take this tent down and move all my crap so I get the truck out. And in the morning, I'll start moving some cars around and get this truck loaded. Whoop-de-doo, la-di-da. Sometimes when you ain't got help to move a vehicle, you gotta go to the extremes. Got my my ramps I just made move Ida. Jacked up the truck, dropped the truck. Now I can get a few feet just by simply getting it started. All right. Then set everything back up and repeat the process. So, you see, we got our new ramps we just made yesterday. Got our new ramps that we just made yesterday. And we're going to put them to the test right now. The winch hooked up. And we're slowly going to steer and drag the truck up onto the trailer and get it loaded so it can go into storage. Yeah. Bent. Yeah, they're bowing up. Oh man, they're junk. They're not enough. They're not strong enough. I gotta go put some blocks underneath them. Holy crap. What? It's made them. Oh. Some support. Well, I needed thicker stuff, but this is what I had. Quick. Shit. Not on this side. I ain't got it on this side. Well, y'all don't even want to know. Y'all don't even want to know. You guys, yeah, see that bend right there? It's cut off. Don't want to know. I had to I had to widen the opening. The truck is too wide for the trailer. I had to widen the opening and squeeze the truck in so it looks like this. This is going to be hell to get out. Look, that's the truck loaded right there. That is ridiculous. The ramp's bent, so I have no faith in those whatsoever. Apparently I'm still going to have to carry around blocks of wood if I want to use these ramps. Oh man, shit happens, whatever. I feel like I wasted material. So
This is a win and a fail because I got the truck on, my ramps failed, but the winch definitely worked out freaking awesome. I'm gonna take this thing right here off the storage tomorrow, and we're gonna have to move on to finishing up the Monster Carly. It's getting a lot done to it already as well. I'm gonna wrap up the video on that. But until next time, love what you do. Later. 3, 4. 20 minutes of nothing is 20 minutes of nothing. You just wasted your life watching 20 minutes of nothing. It's not smoking crack, but you can't get it back. You just wasted your life watching 20 minutes of nothing. Thought it was something, my 20 minutes of nothing.